Alright guys, so they announced this upcoming week's limited banner unit. So I'm not really surprised that they are just rapidly accelerating how global is handling a lot of these units. And I do feel like whenever they release these intra-month like limited banner unit, it's not that they're bad. It's just that they're trying to get them out as fast as possible because the longevity wise for these unit aren't really as high as some of the other other slots, meaning like the end month limited unit. Those are usually the better quality in a way. I want to say like better quality, but usually speaking, the one that we have seen thus far, they do seems to live up to their expectation in a way. So this time around, we have another Victory Tomb. So this one is the Victory 2 Assault. So this is actually our headlining second year anniversary banner unit for JP. So for us global, we are getting it prior to the 1.5 year anniversary banner. So now that we are getting V2 Assault, it is safe to say that we should be getting the O and Zeta for the 1.5 year anniversary banner unit. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? Depending on how you look at things, if you guys have been wanting, let's say, the Zeta or the O, well, is literally coming up. But back to this unit, I mean, overall, I'm not going to be submitting on this unit. Not that the fact that this unit is bad, but I already have it maxed out in JP, so for me personally, I'm just gonna take the hit. I'm not really gonna care too much about how this unit can impact my performance in either in general content or arena, because if we are just gonna get a rapidly better unit like back to back to back to back, well, there's really no need for me to go for this unit anymore, right? For JP, this unit did last for a very long time. I would say. I think I don't. I want to say all the way up to third anniversary, but it was definitely right up to where we got the gear skew system, which obviously on here it's not showing because for the mock battle I turned it up. But yeah, this unit for JP did last for quite a while in my opinion. For the content that we were working on, it works out fine. But for global, it's just so unpredictable. So I can't really comment too much about that until we really do see what's really coming out. So this unit for global, it is going to be a powerhouse. A few things to take a look at is skill one. Skill one is probably one of the more powerful things to be looking at. We have perfect guard. So perfect guard, you can't block it. You can't defend against it, and you cannot break it until we have the new Gundam. What is it? Double fin funnel. I'm not gonna talk too much about how to counter it or what to do right now, because I think most likely I'm gonna save that when we do the review, where I'm just gonna go full blast and kind of talk about this unit. But as a whole, this unit ace, like literally the ace in the hole, is the skill one, and for arena wise, we do have the 30% EXQ damage mitigation. So that is going to devalue Xeon just a teeny tiny bit if you are running a lot of protagonist unit. I think that is going to be really annoying. And it can potentially devalue slightly of a Magna Mortel as well, because Magna Mortel, it to a target enemy, it does give you like set amount of damage, more damage taken. So EXQ is a portion of that as well. So this one could be a great utility as well. And this one is a pretty good last minute setting as well. So I think that pretty much sums up like how I feel about this unit. Like this unit is great. Don't get me wrong. Like this unit is pretty powerful. I like back then when I was just barely getting back into my feet on JP. This unit certainly helped me out through arena, through a lot of these harder content where I just don't have a lot of good units to start things out with. So I do feel like this unit is going to be a great asset to maybe starting at account, and even for a veteran player, it may be a good value as well. So we do have a lot of I just have a lot of good things to speak about this unit. So simply it, right? So let's just do this. Like I said, this unit, will be kind of like a last man standing unit in a sense. So I'm gonna play the EXQ for you guys. EXQ starts out at 80% recharge already. So you do a few hits, you get perfect guard for 12 seconds. And if your allies are down, which being the last one standing, you recover EX skill. So makes it a very great candidate to just not give a not give a care about anything in the world. So we do have that. I think this should be the enemy. Yeah, this should be the enemy. So I'm gonna see how we do. Like I'm gonna see if we can go through the last man standing aspect of things. I think one of our armor unit is already dead, so should be that's fun. That's fun, right? But most likely speaking, for global, I think Xeon is still going to carry through a lot of these events, but trying to get past this unit will be relatively hard. So in the few other scenario, I will bring in other unit that will most likely gonna have to come out eventually. So we can at that point in time assert to see like, oh, how's V2A performing at that point. Yeah, you still take a lot of EXQ damage, so don't get me wrong. But as far as normal damage, yeah, you should be fine with those. So let's just kind of see. So yeah, I guess the only way to really get past this unit is gonna be through just normal damage. That's kind of it. Or sorry, EXQ damage. So that's what we're looking at. So far we are down. Are we last man standing already? Right, pretty much. Okay. Kind of see. All right, yeah, we are last minute. Oh, there you go. We just won as the last minute thing. I don't know how. It just went by too fast for me. So I gotta go back to the battle report and we shall see what went down. All right, so yeah, damage proportion wise, Xeon, I think most likely speaking would be pretty dominant. So in that regards, I think for all my Xeon users out there, it's still going to be a fabulous unit to use regardless. So you guys can see did pretty good. EX damage, we didn't really do any because we hit this guy, we hit this guy as well. Didn't really do much, unfortunately. But yeah, great damage overall. We do take a look at the overall damage. We take one right there, and then another one right there, right? So overall we don't take a lot of damage, and it definitely shows. And remaining HP relatively high. We did put HP module, so that's good. We cover that much. And what else is actually there? No, this is how much we got hit with, so quite a lot, but I mean we still survive regardless. So the next few scenario, I am going to give you guys kind of like a counter play to it, and then we shall see how's that gonna go down for our boy V2A right here. Alright, so I added in new Gundam double fin funnel. So this unit does actually have assault status. So assault status, when hitting an enemy that has perfect guard, it actually neutralizes it. So I'm gonna see if that actually works, because that's the only unit that we don't have, and that's the only unit that will be able to counter that. So I do expect, I don't know, but I want to say this like new Gundam FF will be the next coming up unit, because I don't want to say highly doubt, but I don't see them putting in new Gundam for the 1.5 year anniversary banner unit. They might just pull that out of their intro month for May or something like that. It's just kind of like a toss and bonus. I don't know, but let's see. I'm kind of curious to see how new Gundam actually does. Performance back then was relatively decent, but to my knowledge, I never actually used it myself like that. So I don't know. I don't know if this unit is going to be like a make or break, but this is one scenario just by adding this unit may potentially help. We'll see. That is if we don't already get killed, or if not, we kill them already. So I don't know. The next play, we're gonna start bringing in some of the big boys. Probably gonna be bringing the O. May potentially bring in F91 as well. I don't know. Gonna see how this one fares first, right? Oh, it didn't hit us for that much, so I'll definitely take that. It's not too terrible actually. Okay. I'm wondering where New Gundam is sitting at right now. That's my thing. Because like if we are the last man standing in V2A, oh, never mind, is already dead. So there you guys go. If you can neutralize the enemy's new Gundam first, then your V2A is going to be safe. But wow, oof. I mean, there are situations you can hit harder with V2A, or the enemy can hit you harder if you have Magna Mortal. Magna Mortal is going to be one of the more dangerous unit out there, I feel like, because of that. But I mean, it's not too terrible. We heal right there, so that's kind of good. And oh yeah, we're doing fine at this one. It seems like all right. So Neganum is not the solution. So regardless of having that or not, it's not gonna make the biggest deal because we still have Gang, being like V2A pretty much being immune to that. So there you guys go. So Neganum is a bust. So let's move on to something that's gonna potentially break V2A. So for context in this one, it's roughly about the same thing. 18 seconds. Xeon still survived. It still remains to be the top DPS alongside with V2A in this one. So it looks like our new Gundam just got folded real quick right there. Didn't do much. Got folded. We got hit by. Who did we? Oh, we got hit by Fast. Nothing you can do about that, right? So yeah, let's actually. I'm gonna actually rearrange the enemy's arena team, and then we're gonna hop straight in. Alright, so I brought in F91. So F91 is gonna be irrelevant for global for the time being because you guys don't obviously have it. There are some options that I would like to try, like San Andrew Stein, pair up with Easy A, because you guys do know San Andrew Stein does actually go against it actually selects a generic unit to target first. Since our good pal over here, V2A, it is a red generic, so that makes it is the first prey. But unfortunately, I don't have that, so I can't try that out. The other one is I do want to see in a last man standing situation with Magna Mortel on the enemy lineup how that is gonna fare. I don't have it on JP, so those are things that eventually when you guys do have it, you guys can definitely let me know that in the comment section below. But all right, so this one is should be a fun one because F91 is essentially going to be taunting our whole team. So it's literally everyone is going to be focusing on F91. So you guys can see right there. So I mean, back then when F91 was a thing, it was scary. Because we were in a situation and we play timers. No one really wins on the defensive lineup. They usually win because I time out, so I can't do much. So I'm curious to see how this is gonna fare now. I've been through it. I'm gonna see if there is any way to defeat F91. I don't to my knowledge, I couldn't find one, but I mean, eventually we are gonna have to find one. But oh snap! Hold up. Oh. Whoa. Who is this going to target? Oh, okay, that's I was gonna say, if that would have hit my V2A, that would have been all bad. But I mean, it looks like M91 is actually helping out the yeah. Oh yeah, so M91 is definitely a good detergent to my team. Given the fact that it's not a lot of big players that could deter F91 at all. So I mean, it is what it is. Like EXQ damage wise to F91 is pointless. You don't do any damage to F91. Yeah, you just don't. It has literally 99% damage reduction. So what can you do? You just can't do anything essentially. All right. So this is just gonna be a timer stuff. Yeah, just can't do much. Yeah, we just lost. We would just lose. So if we do get F91, and then if we don't make any changes to my current team, that's what we're looking at. But I'm gonna give you guys another scenario. The other scenario is I think we're just gonna use the O on the enemy lineup, and then I'm gonna load in an F91 on my team, and then I think that should be a good even playing field. I feel like in a way. So F91, even though it didn't do much, but overall it affected the overall team composition, right? And to the point we don't need gang because this is literally our gang, but it does damage. So yeah, for just a PSA, I guess in a way, I don't have C-Book for my F91, so I am actually using Poptimus Yuroko. It works like a charm, so no need to worry about that. So yeah, our V2A got folded, couldn't do much, pretty unfortunate. So yeah, they all survive over there, so that's kind of nice. Alright, so this may just be our last attempt in a way for the quote unquote like the arena aspect of things. Um, so I don't even know what I'm trying to do right here. So we did bring in F9 or not F91 on my end. I did as well, but I brought a unicorn, the awakening one, in the attempts we can actually bypass the absolute evasion with our absolute or the bullseye in a way. But I don't know how successful that will be because of the fact that F91 you just can't even do anything. Alright, so if we cannot even pop EX skill with Unicorn, that is kind of like a what the heck is going on. But I did bring my good friend Shar Sagok. That is gonna, like, this unit probably will be a key to even do a 10 of damage into F91 because of this, you know, right off the bat to Gundam type enemy, we have increased damage. So I think that will potentially be a great asset if you guys do have that. So I just gonna be bringing it on here. So we have that. Okay, our F91 is starting out the play with an EXQ, so 17% right there, so or 17k right there. To us, I don't think we're gonna take anything. It depends who takes this one. Oh wow, yeah, that's the thing. We don't have what you call a gang, so it is a problem, and we die. So I definitely take that as my fault. We have gang. I feel like that could be a problem that we can easily be in a way. But it seems like just this team is the enemy team is a little bit too much for V2A to handle alone, right? So that's what we have to take a look at, and it's just a lot of these units and my team. I don't want to say severely aged, but when we are up against like just those units that we're using on the enemy lineup, it is really hard to bypass them. It's really hard. Okay, let's kind of, yeah. Okay, oh, that's good. Extra increased damage right there. Oh no. We finally got the Battleship EX skill or the Lethal EX skill launch on the up. So I don't think a lot of my units gonna be lasting any longer. Yep. It's not gonna be good. Like Sharsagog is gonna die right there and then, so it's not much we can do actually. Oh, V2A is still holding on really nice, as you guys can see. So yeah, whenever we get to these units, yeah, you guys can definitely see the arena match. They're just going to go on and on and on. So that's gonna be annoying actually. And there you guys go. When the O does come out, there's not much you can stop it, pretty much in a way. And even this guy's still pretty good at that point. Okay, we're still healing. That's good. We get more perfect on that. We'll definitely take that. Yeah, so the workaround with like V2A, you just pack an insane amount of like what EX gauge recovery, and you can constantly loop the healing, loop the perfect guard, and you just have this non-stop arena fest going on. So this is what we are going to be looking at in the foreseeable future. So there, I think at that point in time, there's only going to be like a handful of units that can even crack the code. So yes, it's gonna be annoying. I can definitely tell you guys that 1000% annoying. Like we ain't even doing anything. It just stealth me at this point in time. I'm just waiting for F91 to eventually fold, right? Eventually. After this one, I'm just gonna quit. I don't want to waste another 30 seconds on this. But yeah, once we do get to that point, V2A is not really gonna be an issue anymore. So I think V2A will probably, for arena aspect of things, last for like another 2-3 weeks, and anything after that, when the O comes out, when M91 comes out, is gonna be a completely different playing ground. So yeah, I mean, you guys can definitely go for it. I mean, like, if I have the diamonds for it, I would have loved to summon for it. You know, but I'm not gonna do it. They're just being too much banners coming out. I don't feel comfortable with how they're handling a lot of these things, so I'm just gonna skip it. I don't really mind it. But the last thing we're gonna do, we are gonna hop into some co-ops. I just want to give you guys a perspective of the relative strength of this unit compared to some of the other unit that we already have in global, so you guys can at least get a glimpse of like, all right, what kind of damage we're looking at. But in terms of my version of things, we are gonna have the gear skill, so we have that, and we have some different buffers. So that is gonna give you guys I guess like an inflated digit of what they can do. So let's get into that. Alright, so our last test is gonna be a co-op, obviously. So we have the following unit. So you guys pretty much have seen them already. The only thing that Global probably will not be getting anytime soon is probably gonna be X3, but who knows, man? Like X3, I'm gonna have to go for it because X3 has been, like, to this day is still one of the top contender, literally being out there. So when X3 does come out, you know, man, I gotta go for it. So simple as that. But yeah, in terms of the damage for yeah, V2A probably will pale in comparison just a little bit compared to the others in a way. Using the perfect ability, I don't know if that's like the right choice because it's literally made for this unit in a way, because we are type advantage, and then there is the Psycho Frame being the unicorn. So I mean, I honestly don't know, but when we are taking a look at X3, high damage, the perfect ability, still high damage, and then even the blue unicorn NTD, even that one is slightly doing better numbers. So kind of wow, man, kind of wow. But the main problem with V2A is it's not really made for long content. It pretty much loses all its like the actual damage from skill 2. So I mean, sure, this unit is not made for short, long form content, but for, you know, shorter content, for content where you might require some of its unique ability wise, I mean, it's gonna come in clutch. So there you guys have it. But I mean, look at the O. My gosh, like the O with the gear skill 2 is just plowing through this enemy. My gosh, crazy. But I mean, there you guys have it. But yeah, do definitely let me know how many of you guys are actually going to be summoning for V2A. And if you guys are, you know, good luck to you all. And I will be catching you guys all on the next one.